What if you had like a bunk room or an office that was literally hidden? Welcome everybody to Bish's RV. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and behind us is the smallest of the new View series from Salem and Wildwood. Two names for basically the same RV. This one right here is their smallest and lightest and most easily towable. It's in the Salem Cruise Light or Wildwood X-Lite series. It's just under 30 feet tip to tail. It should fall within the weight categories of a lot of half-ton towability, and this can work for families, it can work for couples, it can work for solo camping. You could use it as an office, a craft room. You could use it for just about anything. You could smuggle some contraband in this thing, I do suppose, depending on what you want to do with it. Because hidden behind the entertainment center, built into a slide that you may not even realize is there, is a hidden room. By default, it'll be set up with a couple bunks, and today we are looking at the very first run prototype of this. It will be changing and tweaking a little bit. They're going to do some work on it to allow just the bunks to also either flip open to like storage or like a little office or craft room or all kinds of different little things. This is carpetless, it is easy cleaning, it is very pet friendly. There's so many fun different cool things you could do with it. Not to mention the whole point of the View series, the way it kind of began, is they wanted to give people what people have been asking for ages. Windows on the camping side of the RV instead of the poop side of the RV that only looks at the neighbors, which is poopy. But not only did they do that, they created something with more square foot of window coverage than almost anything else has ever been, even up in the bedroom, but also with like 17 linear feet of kitchen countertop space. More countertop and prep space and function space than frankly some big fifth wheels even have. The underbelly's enclosed, they got the better stabilizers. They are just really, really pushing the envelope here. From what you would often refer to as just a stick and tin brand, they're becoming one of the most innovative and creative things out there. Now, we need your feedback on this video. Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? What do you love? What could you live without? What would you change given the opportunity? And if you like how we get down here away from the office, actually down at Forest River to get you the footage so that you can help shape the way things work out, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like our video. Let's get going, and I can't wait to hear what you think about this one. And I can't even count on all my fingers and toes how many times people have asked for windows over on the camp side of the RV. Mostly because I'm not mathematically gifted and I've got a lot of fingers and toes. But the fact is, I've been asked a lot. And if I had a nickel for every time I tell you, I'd more than keep up with inflation. I'll just simply say that. It's refreshing to see a camper that doesn't just happen to have some campsite windows, but intentionally was built from the ground up to accomplish exactly that goal. Now, one of the other things here is I've noticed people used to like the TV and the entertainment center really far away from the seating, and I know that I'm right up close and personal and in your face. I don't use a tricky fisheye wide-angle camera lens, so this is a little more realistic as to what it might look like. It is a little more spacious than that because obviously I have to hold the camera in front of me, and you're getting an awesome little shot at my chicken legs and my fun little brown shoes and that mirror-like reflective fireplace there. But the fact is, you can put yourself a big old jumbotron on the face of this thing and have some pretty awesome viewing. Or you could turn the boob tube off, buddy, and you can enjoy Mother Nature in stunningly lifelike 3D. Although, as you can see, we're actually at here, one of their production facilities today. So even though we got a nice blue sky and some green trees, a little bit less impressive as compared to what it otherwise could be. Now, I mean, these windows open for airflow, and you'll find the same thing when we get up into the bedroom. They have big, giant windows up there so you can actually enjoy the camping experience. Now, again, I'm shoved over into the corner, so we're a little up close and personal here. You'll get some better views of this as we go. Now, this is what I'm going to call the little brother of the View series. The Salem calls it Cruise Light, Wildwood calls it X-Lite. They have different color stickers on the outside. That's the only difference. The interior, what we're looking at, is identical between them. But the little brother series does not use floor ducted heat vents. They use ducting coming off of the cabinetry. Now, I've noticed over here in the View series, they went solid surface countertops, which is, I think, very cool, actually. And just to give you a bit of a size reference, that's my backpack. I keep my laptop in. You're going to see my laptop actually making a guest star appearance in this video in about 2 seconds. I shoved it over there in the corner, just to give you a sense of the scope and the size and the scale of this thing. But that's another thing. This RV has potentially multiple different ways of having, you know, sleeping, seating, potential office use, function, and space. Like, it is doing things that other floor plans just do not and cannot. Now, this is a first run prototype, so there's a couple glitchy kind of things here. Like, this kitchen cabinet needs to get looked at because, oh, no, this one's fine. It's the kitchen cabinet in one of the Big Brothers that the door doesn't open. This is like version 2, so they're already kind of doing some updates. But this kitchen currently has 0 drawers in it. So I've got 2 ideas for drawers. Either build that out and square it off and have drawers that open inward, or I'm going to spin you around like a record, baby. Under the sink, if they had a pair of drawers that opened off the side over here, which one of those makes the most sense to you and why? Leave us a little note in the comment section. Let us know. Maybe that'll help the development team figure out which way is kind of the best, smartest way to go about it. Now, I like to be fair. One thing I want to tell you, with all these massive windows, it will be more challenging to keep the RV comfortably cool in the summer sun. Thankfully, you know, you do have the central air providing, you know, more even flow heating throughout the or cooling rather throughout the RV. And, you know, you could put I believe you could upgrade that to a 15,000 BTU. But my Lord, the window coverage, I love that little power station off in the corner. And being a non-laminated product with, you know, studded out walls, they can do stuff like that. Because if this was a laminated RV, maybe you could get a pop-up power tower in that corner, but that's it. It would otherwise really be a problem. Now, this model right here has no flooring carpet. It is pet friendly. It is easy breezy, beautiful CoverGirl kind of cleaning right here. The fridge is buried in a deceptively deep slide out. If you look, you see the refrigerator, but you look at how deep the slide is coming through that window. There's actually used space behind it. Nothing in that is necessarily wasted. And actually, on that note, I feel like kind of cracking open door number 1 and seeing if Mr., you know, who was it? Mr. Mustard? Custer? Something like that. Did it in the library with the candlestick. Colonel Mustard. Colonel, pardon me, excuse me. It's been many, many years since I played Clue. So your entertainment. You've heard me sometimes call something a walk-in pantry-tainment center. And you could use this like that, but it is so much more. So by default, what we're looking at today, it's basically arranged like a bunkhouse, where you've got, you know, a pair of single bunks. Now, they're not big extra wide bunks or anything like that, but what's interesting is this top bed actually has allowances for taller people. You want to sleep with your head on the right-hand side, kind of around the corner here a little bit, and if you notice, the mattress actually continues all the way behind the refrigerator. Now, it obviously gets thinner over here, so that would be where your feet would be located. And if you're claustrophobic, I don't know that I would necessarily recommend a model like this for you. This is a different kind of animal for sure. And it creates as many problems as I think it solves, but it is solving problems that haven't been solved before. Those little cube organizers could act like dresser drawers. You see how there's, you know, USB plugs and lights. Now, you might notice how those plugs are a little too close to the mattress. That's because the mattress in this prototype is actually mounted a couple inches high. They're going to work on kind of shifting that down and work on some form of some kind of office function, which just hasn't been accomplished quite yet. But this right here, like, it literally still is. The TV still has a hidden pantry. It just also has this whole other thing built behind it. It is wild. Now, you might be wondering, yeah, but, you know, you can't put central air inside a slide ceiling. Well, that's what that little guy right there is for. I don't know exactly how they came up with this system, but I'm here in person and I'm telling you it works. This duct right here, you see, can actually shunt air down into that private room, and where's the switch for it? Right over here. It has its own dedicated on-off switch. Now, it makes noise. It makes a lot of noise, and I apologize if you're hearing the noise of the air conditioner in the background. I wanted you still to hear that, but the fact is, this puts out a lot of air. I wish I could somehow. I don't know how to demonstrate that on camera for you. I'm sorry, but the fact is it works well. And you might notice how there is the door handle to open that sucker's also on the inside of the RV, so it's not like somebody can get accidentally locked in there. Now, that's not all that's going on. Closing that big door and looking at all the other storage around here, you can see how you've got some more dedicated pantry storage built right into the slide face on the other side of the entertainment. You've got big refrigerator, and a chunk of that kitchen counter folds down out of the way. So if you just want more open space, or you want a spot for a dog kennel, or I don't know, a pack and play, maybe for a baby. I'm just spitballing ideas here. I'm just saying, you could do a lot with this RV. It is a very cool, functional kind of space. All sorts of storage going on below that little mini version of the Versa Lounge that looks to be almost the same sofa that you find in the 22 RBS Wildwood. And that's the thing, they're just taking what they've been doing that's different and fun and cool, and they're just applying it over and over again in new creative ways. And that's very punk rock. Like, I grew up being a kid who kind of sort of taught himself to play guitar badly. And the reason a lot of kids start playing punk rock is because, generally speaking, you can just play 3 chords in the truth and have something that sounds pretty darn cool. And taking an existing idea and twisting it around and creating something new out of it, that's fun. That's fun to me. Like, that's Legos. I grew up as a kid playing with tons of Legos. I would buy the sets, and then I would build the thing with the instructions, and then I would tear apart and just start combining stuff and creating all sorts of new, cool, different things. And that's what they're doing here. Like, it's cool. You know what? A sliding pocket bathroom door, that's fine. But they dressed it up so it's not just boring and ugly and stupid. I love what they're doing here. The space around the toilet is interesting because it is kind of pushed off into the corner. Right-handed, it felt okay. Left-handed, it felt a little tight, maybe, but I'm not a lefty, so I'm not exactly sure. And I actually think they could do a little bit less right here. Like, you've got that cool corner cabinet over there. I don't think the mirror also needs to be a medicine cabinet. I would almost think I like it if the mirror was just flat against the wall. Normally, I would not say something like that, but they gave us the other set of storage over here. But that's just my little nerdy opinion. Tell me what you think there. I will tell you, this bathroom does not have any sort of real dedicated linen storage. Like, if I'm trying to slowly get the camera around the corner. Sorry about that. You can see how there's not like a linen cabinet over on the left side or anything like that. So you're going to want to plan accordingly. Otherwise, you're going to do the naked butt run through the middle of the living room trying to grab yourself a towel. And the RV's 6.5 foot tall, which means if you're over 6 foot like me, your head's going to be up in the skylight. You're going to want to kind of think of and consider that. Now, I kind of like the location of this. It seems it's like a lot of RV manufacturers are trying to figure out where to put their tankless water heater controller, the on-demand controller, right from the bathroom, and frankly, not too far from the kitchen because it's a smaller RV. It's right here with like all of the other hookups, and it makes a little more sense to me personally. I don't know. Now, there is a sliding privacy door here for the bedroom as well, by the way, and you may have noticed even here in the Little Brothers series, they're still using the VersaTilt bed with what they call their custom king but thankfully they give us the measurements, which I appreciate. But if you're familiar with residential bed sizing, that is basically a what's called an Olympic queen mattress. So if you wanted to swap that out for a true queen or something similar, you could. Understand, though, this is on a power actuator arm that is designed to be able to obviously easily handle the lightweight backbreaker death wafer mattress from the factory. But if you get some big, heavy, stupid mattress, you may have to sacrifice that power up-down kind of function right there. What is neat, though, is it pulls the foot of the bed away from the wall. And it actually gives you space to get dressed in your bedroom. Although, you're going to want to make sure you pull these gigantic curtains on either side of the bed closed, because these are on both sides of the bed, you may have noticed. Otherwise, you're going to be putting on a little bit of a free show for the neighbors. And I don't know about you, but I am not a naturalist. I practically turn the lights off in the bathroom after I get out of the shower, because I don't even want to see myself naked in the mirror. Anyway, what else does the bedroom have to offer besides my stupid commentary? Well, you can see how you've got hanging wardrobes on both sides of the bed. Over here on the campsite, though, you also have a like a little laundry hamper, but under the bed, still full easy lift storage. You do want to make sure, though, that the bed's in the down position before you try to lift that up. Otherwise, you're just really putting a lot of stress on the struts, since the mattress is already kind of crimped and bent in half. You just want to keep all those little details and factoids in mind. And I want to help you not break your RV and have a good experience camping. Now, I mentioned big windows on both sides of the bedroom, and that's the kind of thing I want to make sure I really showcase for you in here, because to me, that is cool. And the campsite of the RV is the best place for windows. By the way, bedroom light switch, and there's our switch for the power up-down bed sort of thing. Oh, one other neat little detail right here. Your main cabin lights are actually on a dimmer switch. So if you want to sort of dull that down a little bit and use it like a night light, you can do that too, or swell them right back up. And they have a bit of a positional memory. Now, I've been through one of these other things before. I think the kitchen is about to become pretty much lost when we close the slide, but let's find out. Yep. That is a big, deep slide with some stuff built right onto the face of it, so it is definitely going to become very bossy. And I get that that might be, oop, I didn't have it all the way closed. There we go. Now it's all the way closed. I wanted to double check. The thing here is, from what I can see, this kind of slide, if you want to open it partially to be able to get to the kitchen space, you can do that. I was overall very surprised, and look at the difference this makes. I don't usually show a lot of slides moving on camera like that. It is nuts, the effect that it has. Now, chances are you've been watching this, and there's some of you out there who are like, holy crap, I finally found the perfect RV. And then you found out that you can't navigate to the kitchen with the slide closed. And that might be a deal breaker for some folks. And I get it, and I respect it. And I hope you appreciate that we went out of our way to kind of demonstrate and showcase that for you. I always want to give you all the information I can, even if it's not always sunshine and rainbows. And not only is this one the smallest, but again, also the lightest. And if you look at the weights and the measures, I think this can be a very prime candidate for a lot of late model tow package, half-ton kind of towing right here. And with the little eyeshadow they put on the front windows there, kind of making it look like a sort of arced or curved window, which it's definitely not. It's just a decal. It's not as obvious till you get closer. It gives it a very striking look. Now, we're looking at their fiberglass exterior today. Normally, Salem and Wildwood would be a tin skin variety, so just kind of proof that you can polish it up a little bit, make it kind of something you can really be proud of here. Now, this is the Little Brothers series, and actually, if I back up here, Salem calls it Cruise Light, Wildwood calls it X Light. But if you set it right next to a full Big Brother member, you can see how the Big Brother actually does stick up a little bit higher. The Big Brother, the entire floor rides above the wheel wells, and it's a triple entry step. The Little Brother, you actually do still have step wells. You have wheel wells in the body cavity of the RV that they had to work around. That's why there's that kind of a step up into the bunk private office slide thing, but it's also only a two-step. It's a lower overhead clearance, very handy. This thing could work for some state national parks, I think. Now, you do have a full front pass-through compartment on here with a little dry erase kind of fun board going on. Laundry hamper over there on the left to give you a place to store yesterday's clothes now that's today, and get rid of them easily. And the mechanical stuff on the right that you're seeing, that is the Versatilt bed mechanism, so kind of keep in mind. It's up high enough, I think most cargo is going to be okay, but be conscious you don't want shifting cargo smashing that. They've actually, way before these kind of stabilizers were neat, the new quick drop stabilizers, they were using strong arm stabilizer jacks on their stabilizer systems, and I often have credited Salem and Wildwood with having best in class campsite stability. As people move around the RV, they don't tend to make the whole thing herk and jerk and make you sick, But look at the awning coverage on this little camper. That's one of the other cool things on this View series. Currently, none of them have any sort of campside windows. No, they have all kinds of campside windows. They don't have campside slides. So you get maximum use and function of the patio area of your campsite. Now, looking above that big window, you see a little silver strip right before it changes to the blue, beautiful sky. That is the optional 200-watt solar package you can get with this. 30-amp charge controller partnered up with that, by the way. Little mini camp kitchen kind of buried under the primary kitchen sort of area. If you don't want that there, usually these are optional on Salem Wildwoods. I don't have the 24 updated options list in front of me. Worst case scenario, like if you're buying one from a dealer that already has it installed, the griddle is just a drawer, the fridge could be removed, and then all you have is storage left over. So it is kind of very easy to remove essentially. And back here, this is our tankless on-demand water heater, and I was shocked. They went with like a fifth wheel size 60,000 BTU burner on this sucker so that you can run your kitchen hot faucet and your shower at the same time. Working off the back here, one thing I want to point out is, I'm going to mention it because we're staring at like the big giant windows, but I think those kind of speak for themselves. You don't see a ladder prep mount on this one. Again, these are first run prototypes. They haven't exactly worked it out. I've offered a couple suggestions to them where they're going to put it. I think they're probably going to end up putting a ladder, like a telescopic ladder bracket, actually above the sidewall bedroom window on the front side of the RV, which is weird, but I think it works. Basically, right up there, above that big window. Now, over here on the driver's corner, one thing I do want to point out, because we have that bathroom, you know, very far away from a dead rear kitchen, this is a two-headed sewer monster. So you do have a bathroom black and gray there, and you do have a kitchen gray in the back. And I don't normally like to end my videos like this on something that's not a positive note, but I also like to be real. I want you to know exactly what you're looking at on this to the best of my ability before you go offering up your lots and lots of money that you worked very hard for. And I've said it a bunch of times through the video, but we need your feedback on this new View series. What do you think about it? You know, good, bad, ugly, or in between. I've tried to be fair and tell you things that are maybe not awesome on this. And again, I hope you're like, hey, I like how you shoot me straight there a little bit, pal. I never was very good at shooting around a bend or anything like that. But anyway, something I will do that won't help you immediately is I will leave you links in the video description or scan the QR code off your TV if you want to check for pricing and availability. At the time this video comes out, I don't even know if these RVs are going to be in production yet. They will do that later. Our website shows anything we have in stock. Our team at our local stores can fill in the blanks for anything that we don't have yet or might be sold out on, because I got a feeling the first wave of these is going to get picked over real fast, probably pre-sold quite a bit. So when you're ready, we're ready. Let me know what you think. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.